press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello dear students, so let me continue next lecture from systems of particles and rotational motion. So anyhow, up to part 15 I covered torque and center of mass. Almost all variety of questions also covered. Still so many questions are there, but see, I covered some good level of questions also. Now anyhow, we have started moment of inertia in the last session. So I hope you know the moment of inertia definition. It is the product of individual masses and square of their perpendicular distances from axis of rotation, and we can write like I is equal to m r square. And moment of inertia is it will give some different values in different directions. That's why we can call it as a moment of inertia as a tensor. Okay, and we know two theorems. Of course, I defined some radius of gyration, that is k. K is equal to, we got root of I by m, and in a problem if they given some perpendicular distances, we can write k as a root of r1 square plus r2 square so on rn square by n. Okay, and we know some two theorems like parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. By using those two theorems, we can solve some moment of inertia of different objects that I am going to in this session. And anyhow, from parallel axis theorem, we say that parallel axis theorem states that I is equals to, in a mathematical form, ICM plus mr square. That means moment of inertia of a rigid body about any axis, which is equals to sum of the moment of inertia of the rigid body passing through center of mass and product of mass of that rigid body and square of the distance between two parallel axes. Okay, and we know perpendicular axis theorem. Perpendicular axis theorem states that the moment of inertia of a rigid body about any axis, which is equal to sum of the moment of inertia of the same rigid body passing through the same point which are perpendicular to each other. So we got some Iz is equals to Ix plus Iy. So one axis which is equivalent to other two axes. Iz, L10 Iz is equals to Ix plus Iy. Okay. So and I solved one or two basic questions also. If two particles, three particles are separated by some distance O, if these particles are rotating about this O, we know how to find moment of inertia. Okay. So before going to solve the moment of inertia of different objects, let me give one simple basic questions to get some confidence about moment of inertia. Means you try to understand how to solve the moment of inertia problems. Okay, it's not an easy thing. That's why I'm spending lot of time here now. So just you see, they given three particles. They are placed at the three corners of some equilateral triangle. Okay, otherwise better you write a question in a shortcut way. Write down three light rods. They are massless. So better you write the shortcut question. Three light rods. They are massless. Massless. Three light rods are joined. To form an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle of a side L. I am giving equilateral triangle of side L and L as shown. So as shown, then find moment of inertia I1, I2, I3, so many they will give. Let us see. Let us find I1, I2 first. See, these are the three light rods. This is light rod, massless. Three light rods, and here they placed one mass m. Let us suppose here the mass is something 2m. Let me take, instead of identical, let me take 3m. Okay, 3m. This is massless, keep in mind, I written massless, massless, massless. Only some point masses are placed here, here, here. M, 2m, 3m. Okay. Now they are asking to find I1, I2, so many. Let us see how many I am going to find. This is L. Okay. Equilateral triangle means how much this angle? 60 degrees. Okay. Let us suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. A, B, C. First I am finding about this A. See, I am using some cross mark symbol. Feel that cross nothing but into the board. If I write something dot like this, that is out of the board. Cross. Cross means which is into the board. So, first of all, let me find this one. This is I1. What is that I1? What is the name of that I1? I1 is the moment of inertia passing through A perpendicular to the plane. See, this is the plane. And I1 we are finding, I1 inside. So, in this direction. So, keep the name in mind. I1 is the moment of inertia passing through A and perpendicular to the plane. Got this word? Perpendicular to the plane. See, this is the plane. Now I1 is nothing but, see, like this, in this direction. In this. Okay. So, in this way I need to find the moment of inertia. So, tell me, for this axis, M is there on the axis. So, there is no moment of inertia because of this M. And this 2M, is it there at a distance of L from the axis of rotation. So, because of 2M, we will get some moment of inertia about this point. Because of 3m, we will get a moment of inertia. Because these are massless rods. If this mass is there, again some other story. Right now these are massless. You feel that 3 particles are placed at the 3 corners of a triangle. That's it. Okay. Some equilateral triangle. Now tell me how to get I1. So I1 nothing but I1 we can write it as this mass into perpendicular distance. See, this is the perpendicular distance. Why? Because axis is into the board and this is in this direction. Axis is into the board, z axis, and this line is on the board, means perpendicular. Angle between into the board and this line is perpendicular. So 2m L square. Got it? 2m L square. And what about this one? 3m L square. What is the answer? 5ml square. This is the moment of inertia about A, means passing through A perpendicular to the plane. Got it? Okay, they may give I1, I2, I3, I4. Just you see how many varieties I am going to show here. Got I1? Generally they will ask one question in an exam, but there are variety of questions based on this. I1, okay, done it. What is I1? Moment of inertia passing through A, passing through the mass M and perpendicular to the plane, like this, in this. So this is rotating. Next, let me find I2. I2 I am drawing like this. About this. This is I2. What is the name of I2? Tell me. I2 I am writing with this chalk piece. So I2. What is the name of this I2? Tell me. It is the moment of inertia passing through A. Is it perpendicular to the plane? No. This is not perpendicular to the plane. It is parallel to the plane. This is the plane, parallel to the plane and passing through midpoint of this BC. So let me write the name clearly. Axis passing through A and passing through A and midpoint of BC. Got it? Midpoint of BC parallel to the plane. Why? Because see, there is a triangle here, one paper pad. First you calculated about this line. Take a stick and fold like this. second in this direction. So the pad is rotating in this direction, about this, otherwise about in these directions. Because of this, there is no moment of inertia. If the axis passing through the mass m, then there is no moment of inertia. Why? Because there is no perpendicular distance. Okay, and for this axis, this 2m is there at what distance? Tell me, what is the distance of 2m from this axis? 2m is at a perpendicular distance of what? L by 2. 3m is at a perpendicular distance of what? L by 2. So clear. Then what is I2? I2 is 2m L by 2 square, 3m L by 2 square, then 2m L square by 4, 3m L square by 4, 2m L square by 4, 3m L square by 4, 2 and 3, 5 m L square by 4 is the answer. 5m L square by 4. Okay. Yeah, about this point is 2m into L square by 2, yeah, get it, 5m L square by 4. Let me find another one. See the another one. So they given I1, I2. If they given some other place, if they given like this, about this axis, if they ask, what is this cross mark symbol? Tell me. I3. Got how I am finding I3? About this line. So about this axis. About this axis, this mass is at a distance of L by 2. Clear? Mass is at a distance of what? L by 2. This 2m mass also at a distance of L by 2. M is L by 2, 2m is L by 2, and this distance, perpendicular distance, then guess it. You draw separate diagrams. What is this distance? This distance is very clear, root 3 L by 2. This is an equilateral triangle from here to here, root 3 L by 2. Why? Because, see, equilateral triangle, this is 60, and what is this height? Root 3 L by 2 or not? Okay, how much this one? L by 2. If you want to find this h, so tan 60, which is equivalent to h by L by 2. H is equals to L by 2 tan 60. Tan 60 is root 3 L by 2. So this distance is how much? How much this distance? This distance is root 3 L by 2. This distance also root 3 L by 2. From here to here also root 3 L by 2. Root 3 L by 2. Clear? Okay. So let me write I3. What is I3 name? I3 is the about midpoint of AB and perpendicular to the what? Perpendicular to the plane. AB perpendicular to the plane. Okay, so this point. So about this. This is at a distance of what? L by 2. This particle is at a distance of L by 2. And this is at a distance of, this 3m mass is at a distance of root 3 L by 2. Then write the I3 value. What is I3? First particle is at a distance of L by 2 square. Second particle 2m mass is at a distance of L by 2. Third mass is at a distance of root 3 L by 2 square. Then you verify the calculations. ml square by 4 plus 2 ml square by 4 plus 9 ml square by 4. 9, 10, 12 by 4, okay, 12 by 4, 3 ml square. Check it. About I3, 3 ml square. Yeah, you can find at the centroid also if possible. So I am finding I3 also, na? We can find I4, I6, so many. Let us find one more I4 that I will show you where we are going to find. Try to understand how I am calculating the moment of inertia. Basic question I started, very basic question this is. First I1 clear, I2 passing through A midpoint of BC. For this axis, this particle is at a distance of L by 2. This particle is at a distance of L by 2. That only I written. I3 midpoint of AB. You try to find midpoint of AC. Same midpoint of BC but perpendicular to the plane. Words are important. Parallel to the plane or perpendicular to the plane is important. Okay. Whenever I put some cross symbol, you feel that axis is into the board. If I put a dot symbol, that is towards you or into the board will give the same answer. But if I didn't written any cross and dot symbol, then you feel that is in a plane. Follow the word in a plane, perpendicular to the plane, parallel to the plane. Don't confuse. These are the very easy words. So this is parallel to the plane. This is perpendicular to the plane. Perpendicular. If this is a body, this is perpendicular to the plane. This is the plane. Area towards you. Parallel. This is the parallel. Got it? Parallel. Perpendicular. Okay. Let us try to find at the centroid. Same problem. Find at the centroid. I4 I am giving now. Let me rub this diagram. Same diagram, but I am drawing once again because you may confuse if I draw I4 in the same place. (3m) same diagram. Don't think this is different. 2m, m, a, b, c. Okay. Now this is I4 target. L is the side. Guess it. Got it? I put a cross symbol. Right, I4. So identify the distance. See, axis is into the board like this. Axis is into the board, and identify the distance from here to here, here to here, here to here. This distances you try to identify it. This is something x. This is same. Total angle is 60. Shall I take this is some 30 degrees? 30 degrees. And what is this? See, you can use Pythagoras theorem to get the distances. We can divide 3:1 ratio that you know. 2:3 ratio, sorry, not 3:1. Okay, that no need. Here L by 2, target is to get this x, this value. So let me take this is something x. What is this x? Shall I write from this triangle cos 30? Anyone? Cos 30 adjacent side by hypotenuse. Then what is x? X is equals to L by 2 cos 30. What is cos 30? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Okay. So root 3 by 2. 2 cancel. What is the value? L by root 3. Got this? How much x value? L by root 3. X value? L by root 3. Then decide the I3. Sorry, number I4. I4 you find it. What is the name of I4? Passing through the centroid. See, for one problem I am showing so many answers. They may ask anything. In exam they will ask only one question. They never ask all the questions in one problem. Tell me I4. I4, this particle is at a distance of x. Then about centroid, I4 is m into x square. What is x? L by root 3. 2m into x square, 3m into x square, then m, 2m, 3m, so 3, 6m x square. 6m, what is x? L square by 3. Now what is the answer? 2ml square. Impossible to by heart these type of questions, okay? You feel in what direction I am finding moment of inertia. Let me find one more. We can find I5, I6, I7, so I5. Where means I want to write the name like this. About this m, 2m, 3m. Yeah. Body rotating in this direction. I told you already, if the body rotates in different directions, moment of inertia will be different. That's why it is a tensor quantity. Try to get I5. I5. See, for this axis I5, because of 2m, there is no moment of inertia because it is along the axis of rotation. If a particle is along the axis of rotation, then there is no moment of inertia. Why? Because there is no perpendicular distance. And I5, because of this 3m, again there is no moment of inertia, only this m. What is this height? Root 3 L by 2. Then I5 is very clear. So what is the name of I5? About any one side. Okay. So I5 is the about and a side, any one side. Right now the side is BC. Okay, you can find AB. You can find okay I5. This is I5. I5 is what? So I5 is m into root 3 L by 2 whole square. So 3 m L square by 4, I5. If they ask you to find I6 like this, just you try it about this. Can anyone? I6 and about this I7. Okay, you find up to I6 at least. I6. If they ask you to find I6 about an axis AB, then what about the moment of inertia of this 2m? 0. M 0. There is no perpendicular distance. And this one. So I6 which is equivalent to 3m into what is this distance? Root 3 L by 2 square. So 9 ml square by 4. If you want to find I7 like this, because of these two there is no moment of inertia, only 2m is at a distance of root 3 L by 2. 2m also is at a distance of root 3 L by 2. You try. If they ask this I7, see the question, how many questions, how many variations, that variations you try to understand. Okay. Generally first few students will feel some tough, but you practice like this so that you are going to get some confidence for JEE and other things. Okay. Don't feel problems as a tough, because physics nothing but a problems. I7, because of this there is no moment of inertia, because of this there is no moment of inertia, and this particle is at a distance of root 3 L by 2. So 2m into, what is I7? I7, 2m into root 3 L by 2 square. So 6 ml square by 2 by 4. So 6 ml square by 4 means 3 ml square by 2. Okay, this is a simple question. Triangle question is very simple. if I extend, I may get 4 particles at the 4 corners of a square, 6 particles at the 6 corners of a hexagon, 8 particles are at the 8 corners of a cube. Cube also very good question. Okay, first let us see the basic things. Cube also easy. In the same way, you try to find 4 particles and all. Okay, let me show you 4 particles. So let me give question in a shortcut way. 4 particles are placed at the 4 corners of a square of each side is L. Then find I1, I2, I3, I4, so on. So 4 particles of equal masses, let us suppose, for our convenience. Okay, now you find this one as I1. I1, okay, and this is something I2. I2. I3. I3. Something I4. Got it? I4. Okay, enough. Otherwise, shall I give one more? I5, I6, I7, I8. Everywhere we can find them. So anyhow, they are massless rods. Only I given 4 identical particles. Write the question. 4 identical particles are placed at the 4 corners of a square of side L. Then find I1, I2, I3 as shown in figure. Find I1, I2, I3 as shown in figure. So don't feel as a tough. I started very easy level of question. No need to feel as a trouble. Simple basic questions these are. I1, I1, I2, I3, I4. Okay, I1 is this into the board, perpendicular to the plane. Got it? This is into the board, into the board. Okay, into the board. This is at a distance of what? L. This is at a perpendicular distance. This is into the board. Don't think that this particle is on this axis. See the chalk piece position. In what way I am putting the chalk piece here? Into the board. For this board, for this I1, because of this M, there is no moment of inertia. But because of this, yes, there is a moment of inertia. M into L square, ML square. Because of this, ML square. And this distance, I think you know this distance clearly. Root 2L. This is root 2L. If the square of side is L, what is the diagonal? Root 2L. So this is root 2L. Root 2L. So tell me I1 about this axis. See my hand about this. I1 M L square. This is completed. ML square completed. Coming to this plus M L square. These two completed. This because of this there is no moment of inertia. And this M is at what distance from this? Root 2L. This is the perpendicular distance because the axis is into the board. Axis into the board, you feel correctly. I put a cross mark symbol. Axis into the board, inside. Take a stick and put into the board like this. M into root 2L whole square. Then ML square, this is the 2ML square. Total how much now? 4ML square. I1 is clear. Feel correctly, I1. Okay. Next, coming to the I2. I2 is the centroid. Center. For see, I put some cross mark for I2. I2. This is I2. This particle is at a distance of what? L by root 2. Why L by root 2? root 2 L by 2, half part L by root 2. This is at a distance from here to here, how much? L by root 2. This is also L by root 2. L by root 2. Why it is L by root 2? Total is root 2 L. Half part root 2 L by 2. Half part is root 2 L by 2. So root 2 L by 2. 2 is there, that is right. Root 2 root 2. So L by root 2. Then what is I2? I2 we can write this particle is at L by root 2. This particle is at L by root 2. This is also at L by root 2. This is also L by root 2. Direct let me write 4. 4 times of m into L by root 2 square. Then this is 2 m L square. I2 completed. Try to find I3, I4, I5, I6 if you want. Tell me, I3. Where I written I3? Yeah, this line. This line I written I3. Plane, in plane. See, there is no cross mark, means this line is in plane. So the body rotating like this. Okay, in this direction, about this axis. Because of this, there is no moment of inertia. Because of this, there is no moment of inertia. Because it is along the axis. Because of this, there is a moment of inertia. M into L square plus M into L square. What is I3? I3 is ml square 2ml square. I3 clear. Feel correctly. Simple questions, not a tough. If I enter into cube, you may feel some tough. Okay, we'll see based on situations. I3. Get I4. I4 we can find I5 about in this line. Identify the mass and perpendicular distance from your axis. That's it. I4 in a plane along the diagonal. So it is rotating like this. This is at a distance of L by root 2. This is at a distance of L by root 2. Because of this, there is no moment of inertia. Because of this also, there is no moment of inertia. M into L by root 2 whole square. M into L by root 2 whole square. ml square by 2, ml square by 2, 2ml square by 2, ml square. I4 completed. I4. Shall I give one more? I5, I6, I7? You try to find it. Okay, you try the same question. You try the same problem. You find I5 like this. Problems are so many. Finally, we have to stop. That's it. Yeah, they are giving like this. Okay, right now perfect I given means 45, 45, 45. If it is 15 degrees, again some story. So right now you feel that it is in this direction. I5, 45. This is 90. This is 45. Like that you can take 45. Exactly you can take. Next I will show you 15 degrees if it is taken. Then what is the answer? Again you have to go for resolution. Right now I don't want to trouble you now. So L by L. About this, tell me. Yeah, here also resolution is compulsory, otherwise not possible. This is about this axis you find it. Try to analyze this. Okay, if I move, some depth will come. Okay. I5 you find it. This is at, see, this is the perpendicular distance. How much this value, say? How much this value? L by root 2. Why L by root 2? This is L by root 2. If this is L by root 2, this is also L by root 2. Because of this, there is no moment of inertia. This is L by root 2. Okay. This is L by root 2. So if this is L by root 2, this is also L by root 2. And what about this particle distance? L by root 2. Instead of resolving the components, I am writing like this because L by root 2 is clear. If it is 15 degrees, you have to take cos 15, cos some other values. L by root 2, L by root 2, L by root 2. And this is at what distance? This particle? Root 2 L. Then can anyone guess the answer for I5? Because of this, M L by root 2 square. Because of this, M L by 2 root 2 square. And because of this, it is at what distance? Root 2L. So, M into root 2L whole square. ml square by 2, ml square by 2, ml square, this is 2, so 3, check the answer, 3 ml square. Okay, in the next continuations I will show you 15 degrees, how to resolve the components, some cos 15, perpendicular distance you have to take from the particle to the axis of rotation. Okay, so take these few examples. Okay, I5, I6, everything we can find. You try to find I6, I7 somewhere if it is moving in this direction. Okay, if angles are clear, then we can find the perpendicular distance. So, what is our target? In writing moment of inertia, you have to identify the mass and axis of rotation and identify the perpendicular distance between mass and axis of rotation. Mass and axis of rotation. Exactly, you identify the perpendicular distance. Okay. See the next. Let us continue some formulas. Next I will solve so many problems. Nearly I will try to spend 3 to 4 lectures on moment of inertia. Okay, we can spend 5, 6, 7, so many I can spend, but we will see. If I take some 5 to 6 sessions, maybe some good level of questions are going to be covered. Okay, based on the situation I am going to take the next lectures. So, let us continue moment of inertia of different objects. Okay, so write down the heading, most important. Formulas are most important. Okay, if you are good in formulas, definitely you will get some confidence to solve so many variety of problems. Okay, so they will give some different bodies like rectangular rod or uniform bar. They will give circular ring. Okay, see the next targets. We are going to find moment of inertia of different objects like rectangular rod, circular ring, circular disc, hollow sphere. Okay, sorry, solid sphere, hollow sphere, solid cone, hollow cone. I think we covered the same concept in center of mass. I think most of them followed that integration process. Again, once again I am requesting you for first PUC students. So again I am going to show you some integration steps. Don't worry. Okay, whenever you are good in integrations, then no doubt you are going to enjoy these all integration steps. Okay, I am worried about you only especially because again I am going to use the integrations. Or if you are not interested in the derivations, I can write all the formulas. So I can finish all the formulas in this 10-15 minutes only. Means you have to by heart all the formulas. So my intention is, let me show you how that formula will come. Your target is, if you are good in integration, you try to solve that entire derivations. Just you practice it. They never ask in the PUC board exams. Okay, but that integration steps will give some confidence to solve some JEE papers, some other papers. Okay, some national level exams. So here again I am going to show you some integration steps. No need to worry. Focus your concentration on formula, and better you try to focus how I am extending the steps. Okay, so write down the heading, moment of inertia of different objects. Okay, moment of inertia of different objects. Still it is better. Now the first object I am writing now. First one, uniform bar, otherwise rod, otherwise rectangular rod, otherwise thin bar. So uniform bar, rectangular rod. So write the heading, thin uniform rod, otherwise rectangular rod. Better you can write thin, it's better. Now we are going to find a rectangular bar, like you feel like a bar magnet. I think you know the bar magnet, how the shape of the bar magnet having some north and south poles, you feel that. So they given a uniform rod. See, this is the rod. So derivations are your interest, but I am going to show you everything with derivations. See, this is the rod whose length is L, whose breadth is B. Rod of length L, breadth is B. So they given a rod of length L, breadth B, okay, as shown. Now the question number 1 I am finding here. Let me write something ABCDs. So the moment of inertia, I am finding the moment of inertia of a rod passing through center. See, these words are important. Passing through center and perpendicular to length of the rod. Perpendicular to length of the rod. See, this I am going to write. See, I told you earlier, for a one body there are different moment of inertia in different directions. Now what is the first question I am finding here? I am going to find moment of inertia of a uniform rod passing through axis, passing through center. Okay, uniform rod, axis passing through center perpendicular to the length of the rod. See, I am finding like this. Yeah, about this I want moment of inertia. Mass is m. Mass is m. And you know already some 3 different objects have some different values, densities. Lambda, sigma, rho. Remember lambda, sigma, rho. What is lambda? Mass per length. Linear mass. Sigma, mass per area. Rho, mass per volume. Tell me, is it a linear object or aerial type object? Linear object. So this is a linear object. So it will have some lambda value. What is lambda? Mass per unit length. Lambda is the mass per unit length. To solve the moment of inertia about this axis, see at the midpoint, perpendicular to the length. Perpendicular to the length. To solve this, just at a distance of something x, again you have to take a small elemental part. This is the small part whose length is dx, whose mass how much? Dm. Yeah, you know these things in center of mass. I started the integration problem by using the rod only in center of mass. Again I am going to start the same thing, dm into dx. See, for full rod, lambda is equal to what? Mass by length. For small part, lambda is equals to dm by dx. So what is dm? Lambda into dx. What is dm? Lambda into dx. Now moment of inertia of the small part. Moment of inertia of small part. Okay, for continuous distributed mass systems, small part is di, which is equivalent to dm into x square. What is moment of inertia? I is equal to mr square. I is equal to mr square. Di is equal to dm into x square. If you apply the integrations, integration of di, integration of dm x square, this is I. I think you know how to apply the limits. This x varies from, see, if I go to the right, plus L by 2, left, minus L by 2. Limits are clear. You know how to identify the limits also. I told you in center of mass concepts. So this axis moves left side, minus L by 2. Moves right side, maximum distance of L by 2. So the limits are very clear. Minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. Then moment of inertia, I is equals to integration of minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. What is the dm? Lambda dx into x square. Lambda is not a constant. Lambda is m by L. Yeah, it is a constant anyhow. Okay. So I is equals to integration of minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. Lambda is m by L. x square dx. M by L you write outside. M by L, okay. Integration of x square dx, x cube by 3 minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. So I is equals to M by L, substitute upper limit and take this 3 outside. 3 is a constant, you write outside, M by 3L. Substitute upper limit, L by 2 cube. L by 2 cube means what? L cube by 8 minus of minus. I think you know how to substitute the limits, sir. Upper limit minus lower limit. Lower limit have minus again. So L cube by 8. Then I is equals to M by 3L 2. This is capital L, okay, not small l, capital L by 8. 2, this one how much now? So 2 4s are, what is the answer? M L square by 12. See, this is the moment of inertia of a rectangular rod passing through center and perpendicular to the length. So you try to keep the formula in mind. Moment of inertia of a rod passing through center perpendicular to the length of the rod, ml square by 12. If you remembered all the formulas, then this chapter is easy. Otherwise, this is a tough chapter. Okay. So what I got? Moment of inertia of a rod passing through center perpendicular to the length of the rod is ml square by 12. Okay. Let us find perpendicular to the breadth. Let me write directly perpendicular to the breadth. See the second formula in this. Written this. So the second formula I can write directly. Yeah, take the screenshot, otherwise pause the video and continue. So let me rub this diagram. I hope it's completed. Yeah, see the second formula. See the second. Axis passing through center perpendicular to the breadth. Perpendicular to the breadth of the rod. See like this. This is B. Now you have to find like this. Again you have to take a small element. See, I can show you if it is taken some little bit more. Again you take something dx at a distance of x. Again you have follow the same process. So let me write. Anyhow, previous is perpendicular to the length. This is the formula for perpendicular to the length. Okay. Now here in this direction, moment of inertia perpendicular to the breadth is, let me write directly, mb square by 12. Is it okay for you? You extend, you take a small element. I can take that also. Take a small element at a distance of x. Follow the same process by taking minus b by 2 to plus b by 2. You will get at the end mb square by 12. mb square by 12. Keep in mind. Okay. So write down the second formula. Second formula completed. Axis passing through center perpendicular to the breadth. See the third formula. See, for one object how many formulas I am writing. See third formula. Okay, here this one. The moment of inertia of a rod, axis passing through center and perpendicular to the plane. Perpendicular to the plane. Perpendicular to the plane. perpendicular to the plane. Tell me how to get this one. Perpendicular to the plane. See, this is the rod. So this is the perpendicular to the plane. Feel that this is something x-axis. This is something y-axis. And what about this? Z-axis. So our target is to find z-axis. This is our question mark. So perpendicular to the plane. This is the plane. Perpendicular to the plane. Anyhow, about this breadth, how much you got earlier? M b square by 12. About this one. About this, how much? Just now got it. ml square by 12. See, there are three axes. One is x-axis, one is y-axis, other one is z-axis. Tell me what type of theorem I have to use? Perpendicular axis theorem. From perpendicular axis theorem, we can write Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Iz is equals to Ix is mb square by 12, Iy is ml square by 12. So m into l square plus b square by 12. This is the moment of inertia. See the third formula, moment of inertia passing through center perpendicular to the plane. Write it. Passing through center perpendicular to the plane. Let me write fourth formula. At one end of the rod. Otherwise we can write tangent. Tangent perpendicular to the length. About this you find it. Moment of inertia about this. About this end, otherwise about this end. About here also we can find, here also, everywhere we can find. So different values we are going to get. About tangent perpendicular to the length. Okay, so this is the rod about this, perpendicular to the length. About this means, see, about this we got the formula. This is the axis passing through center. And what is this distance? L by 2. And about this we have a formula. Let us feel this is the center of mass. Yeah, that is not, no need to feel. That is the center of mass. Okay, that is the center of mass. And what is this value? ICM, nothing but how much you got? M L square by 12. Then our target is to find about this axis. Just to recall parallel axis theorem. See, there are two axes. One axis is passing through center of mass. One more axis is passing through the end. Then tell me from parallel axis theorem. From parallel axis theorem, moment of inertia of a rigid body about any axis which is equal to moment of inertia of the rigid body passing through center of mass and mass of the rigid body and square of the distance between them. So this is ICM means what? ml square by 12. M, okay, you take only M, capital M or small m, that's not a problem, no need to worry. R, what is R? Perpendicular distance between the two axes is how much? L square by 4. Why L square by 4? L by 2 whole square. L square by 4. So just you solve it. This is ml square by 3. Okay, you can write capital ml square by 3, small ml square by 3, that's not a problem. Mass into L square by 3. So what is this? Moment of inertia of the rod at one end. Moment of inertia of the rod at one end. Okay. If they given one more question, see how many formulas are coming for one object. That's why I told you moment of inertia is different in different directions. Let us try one more small question and I will stop this session. Practice all these things because next circular ring will come, disc will come, sphere, cone, hollow cone, solid cone. How many? So many now. So let me write one more. Find I as shown. See, this is a good question. Already it's appeared in the previous JEE paper. This is the axis. Now the rod is looks like this. This is the length. Mass is m. About this axis you find it. The same body, just it bent like this by something angle. Let us give the angle, otherwise not possible. They may give 30, 40. Okay, let us take theta. It's better. Find moment of inertia I about this axis. This is our target. Directly we can write one step. If you are good, means if you have some basic mathematics, we can write directly. What is the moment of inertia? Mass into square of the distance. Perpendicular distance, keep in mind. See, to find this, again the same story. You have to go for a small element at a distance of something x. At a distance of x, you take a small element, that is dx, mass is dm, and see, this is the perpendicular distance. This is x, this is x cos theta. What is this? X sin theta. So dA is equals to dm into x square, basic formula. Okay, I is equals to integration of dm into perpendicular distance. What is the perpendicular distance here? Perpendicular distance is what? X sin theta whole square. See, this is the basic formula. And limits 0, x starts from 0, last L. L is the length. So 0 to L. So I is equals to, what is dm? Dm is very clear, just now written now. So dm is equals to, just lambda is equals to mass by length. For small part, dm by, let me write here, no need of these things, these many steps. M by L. For small part, dm by dx. Dm is equals to lambda dx. Dm is equals to lambda is mass by length dx. So dm is what? 0 to L, mass by length dx. This is x square sin square theta. Simple integration I am using now. M by L you write outside, sin square theta you write outside, 0 to L x square dx. This is what? X cube by 3. M by L sin square theta x cube by 3. After the limit what? Okay. X cube by 3, 0 to L. So substitute the limit. What you are getting now? If I substitute the limit, m sin square theta L cube by 3 L. What is the answer I am getting? M L square by 3 sin square theta. See, I am getting ml square by 3. Moment of inertia at one end of the rod. What is the formula? Ml square by 3. But extra sin theta. Perpendicular distance is sin theta directly. So we can expect direct answer. See the shortcut way. I is equals to product of mass m, perpendicular distance. What is the perpendicular distance? See, this is L. This is L. L cos theta. What is this? Directly we can write L sin theta. Perpendicular distance is very clear. L sin theta square by 3. Why by 3? Tell me. Why I have taken a by 3? Moment of inertia of the rod at one end is, what is the formula? ml square by 3. Moment of inertia of the rod at one end is ml square by 3. Previous one, ml square by 3. M, L nothing but L sin theta by 3. Then what is the answer? M L square by 3 sin square theta. Direct. This is the JEE answer. If theta is given 30, 40, 60, whatever may be the numbers, if they give, you try to substitute it. See, slowly we are entered into the moment of inertia. Okay, I covered only one object today. In the next coming sessions, let me cover circular ring with derivations, circular disc with derivations. Derivations I am telling you number of times, it is your interest. If possible, you try to practice number of times. Okay, Secondary students, if they saw these videos, definitely they will enjoy because they know the integration process. So definitely they will enjoy. For first PUC students, definitely they are getting into some trouble because of integration problem. No need to worry because you are going to write the entrance after second PUC. Means try to learn here. Otherwise, at least you focus more on formulas.